Hey, what's up, Jay? Congratulations on your top 32, 27th place at the Santa Clara Regional. What'd you play?
I play f***ing BLAFH, or it's like Lightsworn, but it's like a combo of a lot of different things. It's Bystial, Lightsworn, Adventure, Fiendsmith, Horus. But I want to say it's Lightsworn because I think predominantly that's what like that key engine is.
Oh, beautiful, awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great list. Want to show us?
Yeah. So let's start with the B portion, which is Bystial, right?
Yeah.
So let me break it down for y'all. So we got Magnuma, Jerusalem, Baldrake. I think it's pretty standard. Serenier's a piece of shit, anyways. We got two loops. And Regain. I wanted to do a third loop, but it kind of fits well for the side because when you got two loops and a Regain, it's a nice 3-card side out for like non-engine or whatever you need for going second or going first for games 2 and 3. And that's the B portion done, by the way.
Yes.
Now L, that stands for Lightsworns, right?
Yes.
So we got 3 Dragon Lane. That's a key a combo starter. It's really important because you could also go into seals if you're gonna go into shifter. That came up a lot today. On top of having 3 Wise. Now Wise is probably the best card of the Lightsworn engine because it's a light fiend, and that probably is gonna show you what the F portion means in BLAFH. But this is Wise. We got 1 Fellas and 1 Wolf. These are bricks. I've seen other people run more, but personally I like seeing 1. If they come up in your opening hand, it's not the worst because you can go charge of Light Brigade into into Weiss. Kind of fixes your hand. To complement that, we got the Punishment Dragon here. I think Punishment Dragon has a really broken effect of shuffling Banished and Grave back to your deck, as well as the opponents, right? So this comes up a lot if you're going against like Fire Kings, anything that's graveyard reliant.
Have you resolved that today?
Nope. It never came up once. I wish I could summon him, but they usually stop like the Minerva, which enables the Punishment Dragon. And then for spells, we got the 3 Charge of the Light Brigade. Best card of the Lightsworn engine because it's not once per turn, says 3 as cost. And the reason that the send 3 as cost is good is because of another engine. And that's where we get to the A portion. So this is Lightsworns, right? BL. Now we got the A. A. You expect that we're going back in time to Adventure. This is Water Enchantress. Now we got Water Enchantress. We got the Omni, which is Wandering Griffin Rider. We got 3 Rite of Aramis here. And then we got 1 Fateful Venture. Nothing more, nothing less. Even though Legal Knight's pretty cool. We're just selling on this. Now, this is why it works. Because if you charge or any kind of mill into Water Enchantress, you get Rites of Aramis. Now, this card is broken because it gets you Wandering Griffin Rider. It gets you like a body that can be killed with battle like 1 time. And, where's Dracoback? Fuck, here's the Dracoback. Alright, anyways, this card is pretty good going second because of a key non-engine that I run. It allows you to bounce a card your opponent controls, right? A lot of people should know what this does, or they might have forgotten because it's been a while, but it works well because when Enchantress is in the grave, it's essentially a vote combo by itself in combination with something else, right? So that's the A portion. Now we get to F, and as you might expect, F probably means only one thing, right? And that is Fiendsmith. But surprisingly, we run only 2 cards in the main deck. No track, no Lyric Garbage. We got 1 Lacrima, 1 Engraver. Why? Because you don't need any more than that. We got Lacrima because it enables like kind of a recursion with I'll get to it later, but it's with the one of the Fiendsmith Link 3s. Actually, it's the only Fiendsmith Link 3. And Engraver is because you need it because Desiree requires Engraver. Yeah, that's the F. Even though it's small, it's very important. This is like kind of like a Fiendsmith turbo deck in kind of an essence. Anyway, so we're at BLAF. Now we're at H. H stands for Horus. We got Imseti, Glory of Horus, right here. We got Happy, even though he's not too happy.
Sadness and
we got
despair.
King Sarcophagus. Small Horus engine. I wish I could run more. I think in retrospect, looking at the results of today, I would really like to run 3 King Sarcophagus because this by itself plays under both Charmies. It's pretty good because you could just get both of these bodies out, and Zombie Vampire's a pretty good threat. 2 worked out well. 3 would have been better, I think. If I could find a way to run it, I'll probably figure it out for like future tournaments. Now that's it now. Now everything else is not engine. This is a 42 card main deck. We got 3 Lava Golems to start for non-engine. Now we don't need to normal this deck. Dragon Link can special, Weiss can special, and if you count Weiss as the normal for Fiendsmith Alliance because it's a life fiend, then you got 3 and 3, right? That's 6 normal summons, and that's like pretty okay. Lava Golem is super huge because, as I mentioned earlier, when you go into the adventure line and go Draco back bouncing Lava Golem to Lava Golem again is pretty good. That came up a lot today. And then for the other non-engine, we run Droplet because, we have a graveyard reliant deck. Getting key pieces of the graveyard deck to enable like the Dragon Lane, for example, or like just set up Horus or Water Enchantress. It's pretty free, right? Droplet is a really good card. And I would, since this deck has limited non-engine, I would rather have really impactful non-engine cards. Like no shit like Ash Blossom, no Veilers and shit like that. Last card, Call by the Grave because fuck Shifter.
Woo! Shifter!
And that's the main deck. We got BLAFH, BLAFH.
Yeah.
Let's go to the extra deck next, right?
Yeah, extra deck.
Okay. Extra deck is pretty standard, but it can be spicy depending on how you see it. Let's start with the links. One Striker Dragon, because if you open like 2 Dragonlings, you want to get a Lightsworn name in the grave to enable the special summon effect. So this helps for those kind of lines. Also, if you want to go for SP, it kind of enables the banish effect. Heretic Seals, we're running Bystials anyways. We got 3 Dragonlings. Under Shifter, this is probably your best play. Came up quite a bit today against Tempai. IP Masquerena, summoned it 0 times, even though I would have loved to summon it. Just never came up, right?
Yeah, you don't need it. You're good.
I don't need IP. Fuck IP. Anyways, SP Level Knight is a really good card. Summon it maybe like once or twice. It's just really good to have as a kind of like a toolbox removal. Moon of the Closed Heaven, I should separate this. It's part of the Fiendsmith line, but the effect to target something to like link summon came up quite a bit to go into the big goddess, which spoiler, I do run. Requiem, Sequence, Agnum Day. Okay, this card people might not run, but you should run this card. It's really good because you get a 5800 attack Desiree with 5 negates.
Untargetable.
If you add a Requiem, then it's 6 negates and 7k attack Desiree. This, in combination with the Lacrima main deck, enables kind of like a recursion loop. If they get rid of Desiree, then Lacrima bring back Agnum, they bring back Desiree. It's really sick. It came up every game for me. This is, like I said earlier, a Fiendsmith turbo deck. And the last card to kind of tie up is an Underworld Goddess. You can shuffle it back with Engraver to kind of like redo it if you want. There's also a Light Fiend Engrave. Also, you could just get rid of like pesky Chaos Angels and shit like that. Not bad. Not bad at all.
What's your MVP for the extra deck?
In the extra deck, Agnum Day, man, or in combination with Desiree, I really like this card. I think people really should run it more because of the the synergy with Lacrima. To my one fusion, the GOAT, Fiendsmith Desiree, the champ. His effect when he sent the grave to target a card and send it to grave, it came up like so often because you're almost always gonna proc it going second with Sequence, right? Because a lot of people, when you go Sequence effect, you go into Desiree, right? And a lot of people go into like maybe Silhouette Rabbit or some other shit. But you could just link these 2 off because it's always gonna come up. Sequence is always gonna get there as Desiree, and you always enable the link 3, right? Once you get Agnum Day, then you set up the 5800 5 negates, right? Pretty good. That's the only fusion you need, by the way. And then for XYZs, Baguska, Zombie Vampire. No Hope Harbinger, no Full Lord nonsense. Baguska is there for Charmies and shit like that, where maybe even Shifter, because the Lightsworn engine kind of sets it up pretty well. Baguska's goated. Against Tempai, it was my MVP. Zombie Vampire, it's just a really good card for consistency. And as you saw, BLAFH is 5 engines. Zombie Vampire, you mill 4, you see what they're playing, and you can mill like Enchantress, you can mill like Lubellion. It's a pretty good card. Now for last bit, Synchros, right? We got Minerva because it's a Lightsworn deck. It's by itself. The Dragon Link goes into Minerva, which sets a Punishment Dragon. It's a really good card. And then the 2 bodies you get off the Foolish Burial is usually Wolf and Weiss to summon Fellas. That sets up Moon, which goes into the full Fiendsmith combo. Chaos Angel, I summoned it 0 times, but it's really good when they can't out it. And Bystial Spader, also summoned 0 times, but it's just a really good option for when you have nothing else to play. Also recycle some of your banished monsters to get it back. There's nothing I would have changed about this extra deck. I thought it was absolutely perfect, other than the fact that maybe I could have summoned IP more. But we do what we gotta do.
This didn't come up.
Would you consider access code talker?
Fuck that. We got Agnum Day, man.
Agnum Day all
attack.
day!
Agnum Day! Okay, that's the main deck. Now we go to the side deck. I think my side deck is pretty perfect. Not to be too arrogant about it, but there's absolutely nothing I would have changed. We got 3 chummies, the Perulias,
Baller.
for the normals and the specials from hands. And we got the 3 Fuwalos.
Baller.
Yeah, I don't know. No one can really dispute that these cards are really good. I think maining these is kind of garbage because they're like going second cards and you don't even know what you're gonna play against. With Fire King so rampant, it's kind of troublesome to run just like Fuwalos in the main because they can just play around that shit, right? Perulia is probably safer to run in the main, but why not just run none, right? And just save it for the side, which is what I decided to do. For going first, I like to run 1 Keldo, 1 Medora, 1 Blacko, as a kind of like a set of 3. I mentioned earlier 2 Lubes and 1 Regained are pretty good. There's a lot of sets of 3 that I like to look at when I go for siding patterns. For going first is when I add these in. I usually take out like the droplets or the golems, and then they're really good. They kill Fire King. This card by itself can kill Tenpai. You just call it Chandra, and then they're like really limited on their options.
How does the shufflers worked out for you?
They were really good. Didn't really mill them too much, but whenever they showed up, they're really, because you could normal like Keldo or something. In fact, it works on field as well. Or since I run droplet, you could droplet the Keldo and it still works, right? A lot of advantage. It's kind of spicy here. We go for Heat Wave. As spicy as it is, I used it 0 times today. I sided it in. The theory is really good because if you go against like Tenpai, all their going second board breakers and shit, they're completely useless. You just go first, rock the Heat Wave. Oh, they shotgun Perulia, they shotgun Shifter? Ha ha ha, idiot. Like, it's so easy.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the last 3 is Cosmic. I think this is like the best card right now because there's a lot of Centurion, Millennium going around, as well as Floodgates, right? So this card can stop those 2 decks I mentioned as well as the Floods. It's really important to stop the Floods because you're running like kind of like an all gas kind of deck. Cosmics are really, really good right now. Can't recommend them enough. And that's pretty much the deck profile. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. It was between this or Snake Eye Azamina.
Thank goodness we put you on this one.
Yeah, it kind of came up to me. I'm like, I really like Lightsworns. I've always liked Lightsworns. They're a really cool deck. And they special summon from Grave, so you can kind of play around the Charmies, which are really rampant right now. Could I have done better with a different deck? Probably. Is this the best deck? Probably not. But I like Lightsworns, and I think this is the best way to run it. It's, I think Grass is Cope. This is 42 cards. You could run non-engine. Really solid. I'm really happy with it today, and then I'm really glad I got the top today.
Hell yeah, congrats!
Congrats!
All right, so quick shout outs. I want to thank my team. I'm like a couple beers deep. I want to thank my team, Brick Builders, even though like we're not as active as now, but they've always been there to support me.
Let's go.
We got EJ, we got Kang filming this today. Shout out to my boys. Shout out to Ryota, even though he's fucking knocked out right now.
10 by matchup, 10 by matchup.
Context, we made the drive from SoCal to NorCal.
Yeah, it was fun. Santa Clara is pretty lit. All you guys in NorCal are pretty lit.
Oh yeah, really.
I had a
nice
really
people.
good time playing with you guys today. It was fun. And maybe free as fuck, but it was really fun. And then shout out to my homies at Jungle and Phantom, my playtest guys. It was really fun today. And and I think it's just really enjoyable. I think if you treat this game as a way to have fun, it's just so much more enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, shout outs to where it's due. And I just hope to keep playing this game more. Hopefully see you guys at Nats.
Oh yeah, here we
Yeah.
go. Nats 2024.
Yeah.
Nats
So see you all there.
25.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, 2025.
You
2024.
2024.
You're 2025.
All right, 2025. Let's go.
All right, there
All
we
right.
go. Man.
Yeah.